Have you wondered how to add a link to a text on your website? Maybe it's a page or an article. You want to add a link. You have seen people add it like this so that when somebody click on it, it can take them to either a page on your website or a complete website entirely. Or how about having people to click on your phone number like this and it will instantly initiate a call, or they click on your email address and it will just open up their email platform either on your phone, on their laptop, and they will just send you email instantly with your official email embedded on it. Okay. And how about address? They click on the address that you have provided and instantly it will open to the location of your office on Google Map. All right. So welcome to my channel. My name is Okechibu, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how to do all of this in a very simple way. So let's dive in. So first of all, let's look at how to link a text. All right. Now this is actually a one-page website. Okay. So I will use it to link to an outside website because this website has all the content on this one. There's no other page inside this website that we can link to. All right. So to explain this very well, I'll use another content. Then later we'll come back to this. So I will use this website here. We want to add a link to any text on this place. Okay. So all we need to do is to open the article and do as if we're editing it. So right now, this is a sample page on this website. So this is just an empty website that I just installed for testing purpose. All right. So first of all, if it's a post or whether an article, you just open it like the way you do your normal editing of your content. Okay. So I'm using the block editor here. All right. So even if you are using the classic editor or any other editor on your website, the process is still the same. All right. So let's say now that this text here, sorry, this is just a demo content. So I cannot even pronounce any word on this place. Okay. But let's just say this is autumn, for example. So we want that when people click on this autumn, it should take them to this page, should take them to this sample page, which is just a demo content on that WordPress always comes with, right? So that is where we want to link it to. So you can see the page. So let me go back to the home page so that when we do so this is the text that we've highlighted. So we want that when people click on this, it should link them to that place. So first of all, you highlight the text, all right, and you come to this block here. Sorry. You highlight the text, click on edit, okay. Remember, I'm using block editor. It's still the same thing. So if you're using classic editor, this is exactly what you are going to see. So let me do for classic editor. It's just the same process. So just simply locate where that text is. So this is the text we want to edit. So this is, like I said, this block classic editor. I'm going to switch over to the Gutenberg or the block so that you can also see how to do it there. So once you highlight the text, you see this here, insert or edit link, which you can use Ctrl+K to achieve. All right. So you click on it, then it will ask you to put in the URL. Okay. So if it's a URL that is outside of your website, you just paste it inside this link. But now I want to link to a page or an article on my website. So I'll type that. I know the page, which is sample page. So I just type sample and it's going to find it like this. So I'll click on it and then I'll just click apply and that will be it. Okay. Now this is already linked. Now let's assume I want this also to be linked, but I want it to link to another website. Okay, the same process. You highlight the text and you click here. Now you click on these link options so that you can now type the URL here. So let's say I want it to go to, let me use Google as where I'm linking it to. Now I can decide to say, okay, let it open on a new tab. Okay, so which is good. So when opening to another website, is best to open on a new tab so that people will not leave your page. So I click on it and I'll just click on add link and I will say save. Okay, and that is it. So because of the color of our text, this is actually a link now. So let me update so that we can see the changes we made. So let me view this on a new tab. Okay, then so it has opened. So if we click on it now, so what you can do to make it, prominent, you can actually use a color to highlight it a little. All right, so I'll click on it now and you can see, boom, it's open to the page I choose for you to open. Now let's test the other one. So which is this, we say it should open to Google, and remember we say it should open on a new tab. So let me click on it. That is it. It has opened on a new tab. So that is just how to do it in a very simple way. Now, if you are using block, so let me convert this page to block so that we can do it. I can show you how to do it if you are using the default blog editor. So the same way now, let's use this test and experiment. So all you need to do is to highlight this here and see this link here. The same thing, you type and search for the page you want. You click on this or you just press enter on your keyboard and boom, that will be it. Now you can also edit it. Let's say you want to tell it to open on a new tab, you want to make it a no follow and all that, so you can actually do that. So let's say it's a test I want to open a link rather I want to open a new tab. You just click here and you click on save, and that will be it. When you update, okay, we'll refresh the page and we'll check and see the changes we've made. Okay, so it has reloaded. So this is the one we added now. So we told it to open on a new tab the same way. So that is how to link to any text on your website. All right. Now, I told you I will also show you how to link to a phone number and an email address. Okay. So and I'm going to use this website that has that already, this website I showed you earlier. So it was built with Elementor. So I'm going to go to the Elementor backend. So I'll click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so Elementor, I use an icon list. Yes, I think icon boss element for it, so that I can have this icon embedded on it. So what I showed you just now is the same way I linked this to my website here. So let's say you want to put a link to the footer area like this. So the same process I use to link this page to my website. Okay, so Elementor is opening, and now we go down to where we have the phone number. Okay, so this is it here. Like I said, I use icon list. So the first one is phone number. So we want, when people click on it, it should take them to the, it should allow them to click and make a call. So first we copy the phone number like this. So we come to here, which is where you have the list. So depending on how you added your phone number, you can equally use the anchor text like we did earlier. It will still give you the same result. So, but I'm using icon list here. So you come to where you have list link here. So you type this. So just watch very carefully. You just type TEL, then this colon, and then you paste in the phone number. All right, and that is just it. So automatically this has become a link. So if you look at the bottom of my mouse here, just watch this area. When I point there, you can see it has turned to a link, and my mouse has also shown that it has become a link, unlike this. Now if you want it to open on a new tab, you also do the same thing. You click on link options here and you click open a new tab. So remember, all you need to type as the link is just TEL colon, then you put the phone number, and that is just it. You can see how very simple it is. Now for the email, we are going to also link the email. So for email, the text we are going to use as the link is mail to, okay, then also colon, then you type the email address exactly the way it is, as wasmathcare, okay, .com, and boom, that is it. Shit. So you just put in the mail to. So remember, I said this mail to, MAIL. Maybe I'll put it on the screen so that you can easily see it. Then you just put in the email address, and that will be all. Now let's do the address. Now to do the address means the location of your business or your office, like I said earlier. So how do we do that? So I'm going to, as at when I'm working on this, so I've not gotten the address information of the client. So I'm going to use a random address to do this. So I'll come to Google. So let me use this address. So I don't know where this is. So it's just a random address. But 7 Bode Thomas Street, Lagos. Okay. Right. So if you put in this address on Google Maps, so you can actually find direction when you click on direction. But now we are interested in giving people a link to actually come to this place to find our address. So how you do that is to just come to google.com, all right, /maps, I think. Yeah. So it will open to the default Google map like this. Then you now put in the address. So like I said, let's use 7 Bode Thomas Street, Surulere, Lagos. I've not been there and I don't know. Yeah, so if you go there right now, so you should be able to see this building showing on my screen. Now, how do we get the link? We now need to copy the link. We click on this share. Sorry, let me repeat it. You click on share. Okay. Now, this is the same way too to embed a Google map into your website. So if we are to embed a Google map, we'll use this option here, embed a map. So you just copy this HTML code and go to your website, any of the HTML, depending on where you want to add it, possibly on your contact us page, and you just copy this HTML code, and when you embed it on your site, you are going to have exactly this, and people can easily click on this get direction and they will find your location. But now we're interested in the link alone, so we pick on link, then click on copy link. So we'll copy this link and we'll come back to our website. Okay, so under the address here, we'll come to address and we get to where we have paste URL. So we'll paste the whole link we copy. So don't bother editing or understanding how the link looks like. Just paste it there. Then it's good for you to open on a new tab. So we'll click on new tab here and then we'll update the website. Okay, so we'll update the website. So we'll just wait for you to update. All right, it's updated. So let's view the website and test. So right now you can see there is no link on any of them. So let's reload the page so we can test out everything that we've just done. Okay, so the page is reloaded now. So if I click on this now, phone number, you can see it's asking him to open a call app. So if he's on your mobile phone, automatically it will just open and dial, ask you to dial the number. It will impute the number there automatically. But because I'm on a laptop and I do not have any default app to make a call, so if you have something like Skype installed on your laptop, that will also work. Okay, now for email, you click on email, it will open the email platform I'm using. So on my laptop here, I'm using an email platform called Thunderbird. So if you're using Outlook or any other one that you've set up, that will also open. So it's trying to open at the background. It's opening at the background. So while that is going on, so let's test the address. So this is the address that we added here. So click on it, and as you can see, instantly it opens up to that address that we have entered in. Okay, so that is how to enable link on your phone number, email, and also address. Now remember, we've done the hyperlink aspect of it. Now let me show you one more feature again that you can use. For example, when you are building a page and you want, when people click, for example, you normally see maybe a call to action like this here. When people click on it, it's supposed to take you to the page that is assigned to it. But in this case, now it doesn't take me to a page. When I click, you see it scrolls down to where I have already entered it to show. Okay, so you click, when you click on it, so that's what you see. So how do you make this button now? Instead of it taking you to a particular page, it takes you to a particular section of your website, which is also what I did here. So that's why it's called one page parallels website. So when you click on any of the menu, instead of the normal full page website where it will open, or multi-page website rather, it will open on a new page, but in this case it opens to a section of the website. Okay, so that's why it's called parallels. Okay, so you see anyone you click. So how do we enable this to work? Okay, so let's do it for the navigation menu first of all. So before you do the navigation menu, so you need to know where each of them, for example, this who we are, we've assigned it to about us, we've assigned this to our services. So let's use one of them to test. So you also go to the back end of your site. So you identify the row that is holding the particular menu item. So let's do for about us. So all you need to do on Elementor, Divi has a way of doing that. So maybe I might do a separate video on how to do it on Divi. All right, because you can also build a website with Divi, but since most people use Elementor, so you come to the section or container. So it can be section, it can be a container. So you click on it like this, right? Now, that section containing all the pictures, the text, and everything that is related to this menu that we want to assign a link to. Okay, you click on the section, come to this advanced here. So when you come to this advanced, you click on this advanced if it's not highlighted. Now you come here and write under where you have CSS ID. You write what that section is going to be. So for me, it is about. Okay, so I want it to open to about. So for easy identification, I write it about. So that is how I did for all the whole sections here. So each of the container, I assigned an ID to it. Now, when you have finished writing it, so you need to know what you use for each of those menu, that each of those sessions that you've created. So when you've done that, the next thing you now need to do is to go to your appearance. Okay, go to appearance and you go to your menu section on the back end of your website. You go to menu. So we open our menu. Under appearance, you get menu there. When you click on it, so you come to, like, now I've already created all of these ones. So what you need to do is to come to custom links. Now under where you have URL, so you put this pound sign, or you call it hash sign, then you type the name of that section. So let's say the about us, for example. So remember what we used. Let me show you again. So we use about. So just write it exactly as it is, because if you write it any other way, it will not work. So just write about. So remember to put this as sign. So this means that it is opening to a section or a part of a website instead of an external website. Okay, now the name that you want, so say about us here. So let me just put here now to differentiate it with this one. So I click on add menu here, and then you see it will appear here. Then ensure that you save. Of course, you must have selected the display location of your menu based on the theme that you are using. Okay, so click on save. So let's wait for it to save. So we'll save menu. Okay, so let's test. You can see it is here. So when I click on this, okay, let me stay on the home page here. So if I click on about us here now, because that is what we just created, so automatically it brings us here. So that is just how to add a menu, a link onto a particular section of your website. So we'll use what we call CSS ID, like I showed you here. Sorry. Yeah, so on CSS ID. So ensure that the name you use here is what you are going to use on the menu. So ensure that's what you are going to use on the menu, like we use here. I want to show you can see it here, about. So anything you write here on the navigation label doesn't matter, but the CSS ID that you use must be the same with what you have here. And lastly, let me show you how I did this also. So this contact us page, contact us call to action here. You remember I showed you that it links directly to the contact us here at this bottom, which is the same thing with this contact us form. So how do I do that? So I created a button which you can do from here by just searching for a button. Okay, so any button depending on the add-ons that you have. So just add your button here, then you write what you want here. So let's also do the same, contact us. Then where you have link, you put the same. You see by default you have this pound sign or the hash sign there, which makes it a null link. Null link means that it doesn't go to anywhere. So now we want it to go somewhere. So all you need to do is also to add that contact us here. Okay, let me use it for about so that we'll see how that works. So about is the CSS ID that we created, and our pound sign is there. So if you want to customize the button, you can do that. Let me just align it to be at the middle. Sorry, see. Sorry, I want to align the button to be at the middle. I think it's here. Okay, so let's update, and then we reload our site. Let's reload again and see what we are going to have. So we have that button here. So if I click it, you see it brings me here. So you can add a call to action to bring you anywhere on the page that you are working on, depending on what you want to achieve. So I'm sure you got value from this video. Remember, we did anchor link, whereby you add a link to any text on your website to take you to either an external page, external website, or a page on your website. And now we also did how to make your phone number clickable, depending on anywhere you have it. So even if it's still a test, you also do exactly the same thing we did. We also did phone number, and I showed you how to do the address location, so that when somebody click on the address that you put here, it will take the person to the link or to the address where you want the person to go to. So I'm sure you find value from this video. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I will see you again in the next video.